Hello everyone and welcome to the FPL Gameweek 4 press conference stream with me, Holly Shand. And coming off the international break, it's set to be a busy one. We've got 9 Premier League press conferences coming up in the next 2 hours. And I've tried to make a list of the players that we want injury news on, and it's quite a long one. Starting off, we're going to hear from Pep Guardiola at 12:30. Foden has been pictured in training this week, so hopefully we get news that he's back in contention. We also had sad news from Haaland's camp that a really close family friend passed away on Wednesday. I don't think it should affect him in terms of FPL, but there has been some speculation on social media that he will be granted compassionate leave. So if he chooses to take that, there is a chance he could miss the game against Brentford. But personally, I don't think it will be an issue, but we will hear from Pep in around about 15 minutes to tackle that one. At 1 o'clock, we're going to hear from Chelsea with an update on Palmer, again a player that's been pictured in training this week, so you would think that he is available. We're also going to get a Solanke update. I know there are still some managers that didn't sell Solanke that were hoping to have him back for this game, so an important update there from us from Postecoglou at 1 o'clock as well. And then at 1:30 we hopefully will get a return to play information from Arsenal on Odegaard, who was injured in the international break. And then at 2 o'clock, it's the Aston Villa press conference. The Aston Villa press conference, it's always late, by the way, guys, but I'll stick around as long as it takes up until 3 o'clock to get news on Watkins, who missed the England camp in international break with this injury that has kept him off getting significant minutes so far this season. He's not made it past the 65-minute mark. And Konza, who also limped off with England duty. So that's everything that we've got to expect coming up. If you are here, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel as well. There was basically 200 people in before I even went live today, which is incredible. So a massive thank you for the support. If you are here, come and let me know in the chat. Say hello. Let me know where you're listening or watching from today, and also let me know as well who you need injury news from today. So if I head over to the chat, see who's in. Light Rays is in. Good to see you. Manchester Maverick is in. I was in Manchester this morning. I went to see McFly at the Barton Aerodrome last night. Absolutely chucked it down. It was freezing cold, and then drove back home this morning ready for the stream. Chantel is in watching from Barbados. Vishal is in from Bristol. VJ is in and modding. Thank you, VJ, from a sunny York. Good to see you. Akshat is also in and modding. It says, hope everyone's doing great. Scott's in from Lexington, Kentucky. FPL Josh is in, as is Double Pivot. Lee Gunner is in as well. Already had an Odegaard issue. God Usopp is keen for Watkins news. Stephen is in. Good to see you, Stephen. Oh, there's loads of familiar faces in the chat. Great to see. Important note from Lewis. Haaland played after his grandma died. Yeah, I think that was earlier this year as well. So, yeah, I would be surprised if Pep was to say he's taking compassionate leave and he's going to miss game week 4. I think what's more likely is that we're going to get a third hat-trick from him in as many games. I've completely lost my place in the chat now as well. Akshat says, if you're new to the channel, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel as well. Ellie is in from Norway. Stridix, wait for the news. But yeah, there's always that, yeah. Resident medic in the house, yes. The unfortunateness of the time. FPL Down Under is in as modding as well. FPL Raptor is in, said my favourite stream of the week. Oh, thank you, Ross. That's very, very kind. There's lots of streams each week, so to be your favourite is great. Liam is asking if Lucas Dean is likely to play. I don't see why not, but let's wait to see what injury news is out there. Akshat needing news on Palmer and Konza. VJ going for an initial like target of 500. Well, we've nearly got 500 in. We're almost at 100 likes. So I'm absolutely going to take that. So let's over to have a look at what injury information we have already that I've got bookmarked for you this morning. So yeah, I don't know if I actually reviewed the press conference times, did I? We've heard already this morning from Newcastle and Liverpool. The update from Newcastle, Eddie Howe on Callum Wilson. This is good news for Isak owners. Don't sell him this week, because Wilson has had a setback and is not that close to being back yet. This is the Haaland kind of rumours that are going around. I think it'll be fine now. Pep coming up in 9 minutes, by the way. Also from City, this was important from Ben, that Phil Foden and Savino have both trained this week. There should be an update on Ake as well, who was stretchered off. If Ake is out injured for a while, which it looked like it, given he was stretchered off, looked like a bad muscle injury, that's going to make Vardiol more nailed. Now, I've still got 2 free transfers, and I was looking to sell Vardiol this week. You know, everything's on the table at the minute. We also had an update yesterday from Forest that Chris Wood was one of a few very late returning players from international duty, which doesn't bode well for minutes. And then yesterday we heard from West Ham that Fulkrug has got a little issue. And I think this explains why he hasn't started yet for West Ham and why it's still been Antonio. From Brentford, Azure has trained and is available. Jensen sidelined for a couple of weeks. Rico Henry ruled out. Ten Hag said yesterday that Haaland and Shaw are both progressing well, but won't make the Southampton game. Ugarte is available, which is really important given how poor Manchester United have been playing so far this season. Certainly against Liverpool, they didn't look great. Lindelof, Malacia, Yoro, Mount, all sidelined. Fernandes is fine after picking up what I think he describes as a bump against Scotland. Areola recovered well from a lower back issue, so I think any Fabianski owners, you're not going to get a game out of him. Solly March is on his way back for Brighton, which is great to see, but yeah, he's not going to be back anytime soon. Few updates from Southampton and Ipswich, although I'm not sure that they are teams we're heavily invested in for FPL. Seamus Coleman injured again, touch and go. Branthwaite back on the grass, but still a while off starting. Broja won't be available for Everton until middle of October. Nuno discussed the additions of Morato and Ward-Prowse for Forest. Totally integrated into the group and enjoying their football, so it'll be interesting to see when they play. Also for Leicester, Edouard can't face his parent club Crystal Palace. Bobby Reid is not yet back from Jamaica for international duty. Vardy's working on his fitness. I'm sure we've done Fulkrug already. Maybe I had that bookmarked twice. Kadioglu could be involved for Brighton. Be exciting to see him. And then, yeah, Odegaard hopefully we'll get a proper return to play from Arteta today. So that is all the injury news. The tweet deck is open, so we are ready for any reaction from the press conferences. FPL Harry has joined us as well. We've got Ross and Harry in today. And Odin, who has been a member for 1 month, says, I'm doing so well in the top 22k. That is incredible. Well done. That's a great start. Marcus is already asking, bench one, Saliba, Robinson, Dunk. Saliba. It's going to be a tough game for Arsenal, travelling to Spurs, especially given the injury issues and the suspension. I think Havertz is going to be playing further back, which isn't great, obviously, for FPL owners. It looks like Pep could be close to being in the building, So we're waiting for updates on Haaland, Foden and Ake from there. I'm just going to check as well that while I've been talking, we've not missed anything important. I think this international break hasn't been as bad in terms of late returns for players. So there shouldn't be as much disruption as maybe we've seen in the past of players returning late. But you just never know. Right, I'll keep the tweet deck open because we're expecting Pep anytime soon. There's already 600 of you in, which is incredible. We're only at 130 likes though. We're aiming for 500 likes on the stream today, so press the button for me. It'll help the stream get out to as many people as possible. Shiraz has been banging on about this ever since the season started, that Haaland will break Vardy's Premier League goal scoring run record. 3-3 so far, as in he scored in 3 consecutive games. I know he scored 7 goals. Yeah, so hopefully he can. Is there a streak for how many back-to-back hat-tricks? He's done it before, hasn't he? Hat-tricks in back-to-back games. I think he did that. Was it in his first season? By the way, guys, we are... I'm about 200 subscribers off 35,000. So if I get to that on stream today, that'll be amazing. But to help me get there, you need to get involved in the stream by watching, hitting the like button if you're already subscribed, and and getting in the chat. If you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe, and that could potentially get me over the line. If we do well and we get to 35k, then I will gift some memberships at the end of the stream. So stick around for that. But you need to be active in the chat to be in a chance with getting those. I do feel a bit croaky today. Does it sound like I was out last night? When I say I was out, I did have a couple of gin and tonics, but it was only 2. But I think it was the cold night, wet, and lots of singing. I don't get out much. It's definitely a mum's on tour kind of thing. Yeah, Marcus, who is an Arsenal fan, says it's going to be a tough game for us with no Rice, Odegaard or Marino. City next week as well. This is why managers are looking to jump off Man City players in the short term. Sorry, not Man City. Jump off Arsenal players in the short term and bring them back. I haven't made any transfers yet. This is my team as it stands. The plan was Saka to Salah, Vardiol to Lewis. But whether I back out of Lewis and go Dunk, that's one thing. The other option is I could take a hit and go Muniz to João Pedro, but I think it's really difficult to justify taking a hit when the wild card's available. But I am planning on playing a wild card in that window at game week 6. But yeah, I really want Salah with the triple Liverpool. Lilac says just roll. I think the thing is, I want Salah because I want to captain him in game week. Is it game week 5? Because in game week 5... Hang on. Let's get the predictions up. Hopefully without breaking everything. Yeah, so game week 4, obviously Haaland's the best captain pick. But game week 5, when Man City play Arsenal, Salah's the best captain pick by like 1.2 predicted points. So I really want Salah for game week 5. Now, if my route to him is selling Saka, and Saka's got the North London derby, I might as well make that move this week with my 2 free transfers. That's where I'm at with it. So, yeah, decision to be made there. But yeah, I can't really envisage a situation where Salah doesn't come in for me this week. I'm pretty set on that decision. So yeah, let's see what comes out of it today. There's almost 800 of you in, which is phenomenal. We've hit 200 likes as well, so that's great, guys. Thank you so much. Lots of questions in the chat, so I will answer some member questions while we're waiting for Pep. Shiraz does say, if Haaland does fly to Norway, will we know before the deadline? Who knows? But it may not be an issue. Pep's due any time to give us that update on whether he's choosing to take that compassionate leave. It could just be clickbait. Let's be honest. It could be clickbait from the, like, it's been the TalkSport and the Mail Online kind of reporting it. Maybe they're going for clicks with the narrative of that. Yeah, good point that Saka will be on all set pieces. But yeah, I think you can get away with not owning Saka. And of course, Havertz will likely move further back as well. Oh, I love this from Medican. He's managed to get me 4 subscribers this week by plugging my channel to his mechanics. Spread the word. Make sure everyone knows. I'm drinking too much water. I'm going to have to stop for a toilet break. Alex Cage with the $1 million question. Welbeck v João Pedro. Who would you pick? I think João Pedro is more nailed long term. And he's on penalties. Even though he's slightly deeper, I think he's the one. Owning his top 5k in England. Best start ever to the season. It's phenomenal. It's typical, isn't it? Start the stream early. Pep's coming on at 12:30. I think, right, it's going to be a 12:15 start to the stream. 12:30 comes and goes. He hasn't even turned up yet. What a troll. How could he do this to us? I'm sure he'll be on his way. Hopefully we get good news on Foden as well. I mean, I know probably no one has Foden in their teams, but for him to be an option would just be great. It'd be great to have him available for us. It looks like Pep is in the building. I haven't even got the tweet deck on screen now, have I? Had a nightmare there. There we go. So first little update is to do with Man City's charges case. Is this going to be something that just rumbles on? I haven't really been following it that closely. Nathan Ake will be out until the next international break. It's the first piece of news. That's not too bad then. It could have been worse. I'd love to see Foden back. Yeah, proper mix it up. I mean, De Bruyne has looked great. Man City were given the alternative playing Watford away instead of at home. Interesting. Let's get a little update on Haaland then. Hopefully, Pep. Haaland's not injured, by the way, guys. But there's just rumours that because a family friend has died that he may take some time. Foden as well, though. Like, he was such a good player in FPL last season. Like, you really just want to see him back at his best again. Like, last season was definitely his breakout season. So let's see what Pep's got to tell us on that. I've not actually looked at Man City's fixtures to know what's going on with them. So Champions League's back, yeah? So they've got... Next midweek, they've got Champions League. And then following midweek, they've got the League Cup. And then following midweek, they've got Champions League. then it's the international break again. That's fairly standard though. So they've got 4 home games, 2 away and then another home. Yeah, I'm just going to put the breaking news tab back on because yeah, just so that we're representing. I don't know what the big deal is then. It's just Pep moaning, isn't it, I think. Yeah, I think Pep's just already moaning about the fixture pile-up. Oh, this looks promising at Aston Villa, that Unai Emery, we might not need to wait that long for him. No, it wasn't last week, it was the week before. There was, I think his press conference was scheduled at 2 o'clock, but we didn't get any updates till nearly 3 o'clock. If it gets that late, I do have to go pick my kids up from school. I don't think their teacher would be too impressed if I didn't turn up and was like, oh yeah, I was waiting for the FPL press conference. Sorry, my mic's all over the place today. Yeah, so we're just waiting for Pep to let us know what's going on with Haaland. A close family friend passed away on Wednesday night, and there had been some reports in the press that he could choose to take some compassionate leave. So we're just waiting for an update on that. I'm not expecting it to be a big deal, but there was enough media outlets reporting it to, you know, provide awareness of it. Not the greatest update from Pep on Haaland, I'll be honest. I've seen it reported that we will see tomorrow if he is able mentally and physically to play. I guess that means he is going to be with City. So he's not going anywhere. He's not travelling overseas. What do we do with that? They do play tomorrow, don't they? I mean, I'm going to be careful what I say here because obviously the circumstances are very sad. But, yeah. It is a typical Pep. Comment, that, isn't it? I don't know what you do with that. So it may... it makes it feel like maybe it is more of a story than maybe we gave it credit for, I guess. So it sounds like he's available. Maybe it's not as bad as I first thought. So Blue Tone is reporting Haaland and Foden both available for the weekend. Pep said he'd check on Haaland to see if he's mentally able to play after the loss of a friend this past week, but sounds like he's available for selection. I don't know, it's a bit of a weird one to read into. I think it's one of them that you kind of need to watch it to know exactly what the situation is. So Foden is available. That's the good news. Ake out for around a month. Sorry, I'm just updating the breaking news bar so that you can see all of that. What do we think? Are we concerned about his minutes or not? I don't really know what to think with that. Yes, it depends how you interpret the quote. So the first one we got was, where was it? We'll see if Haaland is ready mentally and physically after his terrible loss. But it depends what the question is. Like if someone said, is he ready? He's going to, he's going to allude to the fact that, you know, he's taking care of his player in this difficult time. But the fact that Blue Tone is reporting that they're available, like Haaland is going to be there with the squad. So I think, reading between the lines, I think unless Haaland said that he's not mentally ready to play, he will play. And knowing Haaland and how hungry he is, I think we can just expect a performance from him. So I've just realised we've seemed to have lost the breaking news tab altogether. Where has it gone? Not that one, not that one, not that one. This is it, I think. No, that's not it. Sorry, I will get there. It's just not saved properly after I've updated it. There we go. Let's have a read through again. Like, I think it's just... there's a latest edition. But they play tomorrow, yeah? So I think... I think we would get a leak. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff, I think. Is it? Yeah. So I think we will get a leak in the deadline stream tomorrow. It's a hard one to weigh up, isn't it? What are you thinking in the chat? I mean, I think, you know, any issue with Haaland is going to be very short term, i.e. this game week only. So I think you can still play him and captain him. I think the difficulty is if you were maybe considering a wild card or a big hit to get Haaland in this week. I think that's maybe the only situation where you may need to be a bit more conservative of your strategy following what we've just heard. But yeah, good news that on Rodri and Foden, they are good. They have trained. Savino was already as well spotted in training. So Foden, Rodri and Savino available. Sorry, I'm just updating the graphic. Ake out until the next international break. I can't even spell international now. Yeah, it's a tricky one. It's obviously not a great situation for him either. But yeah, I think it'll probably be okay. We've just got to go with the news that's there, haven't we, really? I guess, yeah, so I guess the things to consider: set your vice captain. Like, make sure you've thought about who your vice captain is. If you're bringing in Salah, then obviously it's going to be Salah. Look out for leaks tomorrow. And if you were about to rip it up your squad to get Haaland in, or play a wild card to get Haaland in, then hang fire with that. But yeah, good to see that Foden, Rodri and Savino are all available for Man City. Is anyone, you know, planning on reacting at all to the Haaland news? I don't think there's many people that are in a situation that need to worry too much. I think as long as you've got your vice captain set. Because it's only going to be, you would imagine it would only be this week. I mean, there's a chance that, you know, he may miss some like midweek game, potentially. Yeah, Haaland's not injured at all. It's just the bereavement he's had this week. Yeah, I guess it's just vice captaincy and wait for news. I think it's just, I honestly think though it's probably just Pep like being compassionate and you know, making it clear that he's going to look after his player. I may just I'm just going to pin the actual words from Pep as well, so anyone that's in there can see. Yeah, we'll be live for the deadline tomorrow, guys, as well. Let me just drop the link. I'll be live at 9:45 UK time tomorrow. So any leaks will be across them. I think, hang on. Yeah, live tomorrow at 9:45. So the link's in the description. I think it's in the description. It should be in the description. If I've missed it, I have. No, yeah, it's there. It works. We're all good. Yeah. So, yeah, make sure you come along for that one as well. Oh, thank you, VJ. VJ with a super thanks. I'm not even on the right bit to highlight it. Thank you, VJ. Beardy is in as well and says hello. Good to see you. Yeah, I think the general consensus is we're not too worried about the Haaland update that we've seen today. That if you set your vice captain, you'll be fine. I think it was only if you was making a big move to get Haaland in this week. FPL Raptor, who I've seen in the chat earlier. I mean, obviously you're not going to be gloating too much given the circumstances, but how are the non-Haaland owners in the chat feeling about this news? I think it'll be fine. I honestly do. I think it's just a case of, you know, Pep's got to show that he cares about his players and their situations. And, you know, if Haaland was to go to him and say, look, I don't feel like I can play, then he's not going to play him. But I think it's unlikely that happens. We've already seen Haaland dealing with a bereavement since he's been at Man City, and it didn't lead to him missing any games. So I think we're good. I mean, I don't know the context at all, really, in terms of, you know, if this was a bereavement that was a shock that came out of nowhere, or whether it was something that was looming. Guess that will have an impact. But yeah, I think he will play. I'd be surprised if he didn't. But you've just got to take precautions in terms of choosing your vice captain and things like that. So that was the crucial 12:30 press conference update. But there is lots more still to come. So we've had the update from Pep that Haaland, we will see if he's mentally ready following a bereavement this week. We have had positives from Pep on the availability of both Rodri and Foden, who have trained this week, and Savino's also been spotted in training, so we assume that he is available for Manchester City as well, which is a huge boost. And we also had updates that Ake is out for until the next international break. I don't know if we got any firm news on what is wrong with Ake. Oh, what's this? Shiraz says, where's the Manchester United badge? Their press conference was yesterday. Have I doubled up on someone's badge? Ipswich, I've had a bit of a nightmare here, haven't I? So Ipswich we heard from yesterday. So who was it at 1:30 that we've not got? So at 1:30 we're expecting to have Arsenal, Bournemouth, Palace, Fulham and Aston Villa. Let me change it. You can tell I was struggling this morning. Yeah, Manchester United was yesterday. So have I doubled up on someone's badge? I think I maybe have done. So yesterday we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Brighton, Southampton. Well, Bournemouth were on there twice. Ah, yeah. Sorry, guys. Let me update. Oh, yeah, I think I've done it. Let me update it quickly. Pretend that you've not seen it. Wrong. It's hard. There we go. Is that right now? Sorry. This is the problem. I go out on a Thursday night and everything goes to pot on a Friday. My voice sounds awful. We'll get there. I don't think Pep actually said what injury Ake has got either. But yeah, what I was getting onto, it says Thursday when it's Friday too. Where does it say Thursday? The ones on the left-hand column are the press conferences that were on Thursday. Kern says he's not hearing me, but looking at... I think everything looks okay, my end. But yeah, let me know. I don't think it's my issue. I think it's your issue. But yeah, lots to come, as I was saying. So at 1 o'clock, which is in 7 minutes' time, we're going to hear from the rest of the managers with some important updates, the ones that we really wanted. We're getting Chelsea with a new look at Palmer, who has been spotted in training, so should be okay. We're also getting the updates from Postecoglou on Solanke, who was charting a return around now. And then at 1:30, we're going to get updates on Odegaard, who we know is injured. We just don't know how long he's going to be out for, basically. And we're also then at 2 o'clock going to get an update from Aston Villa on Konza and Watkins. So there's loads more to come. We've obviously had the Haaland news already. I don't think I'm going to worry about the Haaland news. I don't think it's going to have a massive impact on people's plans this week. Right, let's have a look at the tweet deck. Interestingly, there are, and this is always worth noting, if you can hang on till after 10:30 to make transfers as a minimum, then you will get embargoed comments. I think I would be tempted to hold on to my transfers till tomorrow. It's just a case of what happens with price changes. It looks like we may have some updates from Spurs that have just come in. Van de Ven is trained. Solanke has improved as well and trained the back half of this week. We have 2 days to go through with those guys. So hopefully they'll get through training okay. Basuma will be monitored. Richarlison and Lancashire still out injured. So it looks like Solanke will be involved in the North London derby. It's just the level of involvement, which is the bit that's the concern. If you've held on to him, is he going to be a starter? But yeah, as I was saying, if I can get away with not making transfers till tomorrow, then I will do. Because, you know, it's just so important to have all the information available. If I just have a look at my team, while I'm doing that, hit that like button. We're aiming for 500 likes on this stream, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We are 170 subscribers off the big 35k, so that would be amazing to get there on this stream. So having a look at my team then. So my plan is Saka and Vardiol out, Salah, and if I'm brave enough, Lewis in. I am planning to wildcard in Game Week 6, by the way. Now, I've got 0.1 million to play with there. So price changes tonight are going to be massive. The price changes and the predictors across the board haven't been as accurate over the international break, because when there's a lot of wildcards in play, and while wildcards are in play, they don't impact on price changes. So if you're bringing people in and transferring people out on a wild card, then they won't be in the price change algorithm. But obviously there's no way that you can scrape that off the back end. So it looks like João Pedro... Oh, there's quite a few price changes tonight. So it looks like Dunk will go up tonight, who was my alternative to Rico Lewis. João Pedro, Luis Diaz, Matoma, all looking like they're going to increase in price tonight. That's a lot. And then tomorrow, it looks like Salah might be okay. Salah's still 2 days away for another rise. Lewis is a week away from another rise. And then the ones that I'm dropping, Saka, I've got value in, so it doesn't matter if he drops because he's already gone up 0.1. And who else was I dropping? Vardiol. So I think it will be okay. So I think I'm just going to hang fire. I've got this far, so I'm going to hang fire and make those transfers closer to the deadline. Probably on the stream tomorrow. 2 frees to use. But yeah, that's where I'm at with transfers. Salah in for Saka and Lewis in for Vardiol. But I could get Lewis Dunk rather than Rico Lewis. He's probably a bit of a safer pick, but maybe not quite so fun a pick. So we'll see. We'll see. Right, let's jump back to the tweet deck then. See if there's any nuggets of information in terms of anything a bit more helpful on Solanke. Yeah, the chat are liking Dunk. It's Lewis v Lewis, isn't it? Lewis Dunk v Rico Lewis. Let me know if you think I'm making a mistake getting Rico Lewis. I think it's fine to drop Saka short term because of the fixtures and the injuries. So it looks like the City in the nose are leaning towards a Haaland start still. Yeah, so Van der Ven feeling good. He's trained all the way. Solanke improved as well and trained the back half of this week. So the North London derby is on Sunday. And I mean, I don't know if we can expect Solanke to start. I think that's a lot to expect when he's been out for a little while. But it's certainly good news. I think we knew this though. If you're a Solanke owner and you've held him this far, You knew that he would probably be back for this game, but you're not going to know until the team sheet drops whether he's back to start. So what are you thinking now if you're a Solanke owner? That's the question. Yeah, there's still a bit of uncertainty on Haaland, so I feel like I've said this loads already. Shall I? Maybe I'll update this bottom bar so it looks it's a bit clearer what's going on to people that's just joining. If you can just be patient with me for a minute. Sorry, I'm not talking now. I'm struggling to multitask today. Oh dear. Right. We'll ditch the Ake news because I don't think that's important enough. So Pep on Haaland following bereavement. I think if you're I mean, everyone owns Haaland, don't they? No one's going to sell him just because he might not play this week. I just think that you set your vice captain carefully and you don't rip up your team to get Haaland in if you don't own him. That's all. We're nearly up to 400 likes, guys. Let me see if we're close to 35k subscribers. We've still got like 160 to go. I'm gonna need your help. Maresca is in for his press conference. So let's see what he's got to say. I think Palmer should be available, you'd think so. People considering no Haaland on wildcard. I guess if there is doubts about his availability for this game, and then he doesn't play against... Sorry, if he ended up not playing and then it's the North London derby, then you've probably got 2 weeks where you've got away with not owning him. But I think, you know, ultimately, if you're on wildcard this week, you're going to want Haaland from game week 6. And it's not going to be easy to do without a wildcard, and he could punish you in the meantime, given the form he's in. So I think hang on to him. I think it's a different story if you only own Salah and you were thinking of getting Haaland this week. I think that's maybe the case where you don't go for it. And set your vice captain. I think the argument for bringing in Salah this week for the double up is even stronger now. Because he is your vice captain. You look at the predicted points for game week 4. Haaland 8.7 predicted points, Salah 8.3. Like, Salah's got 3 double-digit hauls to start the season. He's got as many FPL points as Haaland. So, yeah. I think it's a case of if you've got Haaland, still get Salah this week. If you've only got Salah, don't get Haaland this week, is the advice. Let me know in the chat if you are if you're not currently a Haaland owner, and whether this news has changed your plans. There will be some that have thought all week, oh, I'm going to wildcard to get Haaland in, and maybe now are regretting that move. But then you will have capitalised on price rises, and there was maybe other reasons to wildcard this week as well. Sorry, my voice is awful today. Proper croaky. We've got another hour or so yet as well. Lavia is close to returning for Chelsea, but Reece James needs more time. There's a surprise. I think Jadon Sancho is going to be waiting a bit of a while to get minutes. I think Maresca's being asked about every attacking winger in his squad. Well, there's Mbermo doing some gym work. Who's brought in Mbermo this week? We've not had anything from Maresca on Palmer yet. It shouldn't be too long now. The Wolves press conference is underway as well. Yeah, Lavia could be back for this game. I think no questions on Palmer is good news. Gotta be good news. Mitty Man says, should we still bring in Haaland? Yeah, I think that's the situation where I'd say maybe not. I don't think there's a need to bring in Haaland this week. FPL Tom is in. Good to see you, mate. Really need news on Palmer, I bet. It's not coming yet. For Wolves, Lamina and Aït-Nouri will be late decisions, but Mosquera is okay. Yeah, Mario Lamina hasn't trained much, neither has Rain Aït-Nouri. Yeah. That's been the good news. I know we've not had the proper update yet, but Palmer has been pictured in training all week. So, yeah, I'd be really surprised if he wasn't available. I think he's just a player that after the summer he's had, just needed a bit of time. He was complaining of some tightness in his groin, I think, after the last game. Malagusto is ruled out for Chelsea as well. I know Harry's in. Who's going to play right back for Chelsea then if Gusto and Reece James are out? Or do you just play one of your wingers further back? Because Gusto's played, hasn't he? All of the other games. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, 90, 90, 73. Oh, Desai or Caicedo. Fair enough. The Chelsea press conferences take so long because they've just got a ridiculous amount of players. It's funny, really, isn't it? Well, I don't know. Probably not if you're a Chelsea fan. Let me know, Chelsea fans in the chat, how you feel about this. I don't know whether we get any more firm updates on Solanke. I feel like the news that we've had already on Solanke is more like from the press conference, like the internal rather than the actual press conference. Still, no firm line on Palmer, but sometimes if they're not mentioned, it's just because it's not an issue. Interesting news from Wolves on the goalkeeper situation. Obviously, he played against Forest. Jose Sarr will be fighting for his spot. 2 excellent goalkeepers. I'm guessing... I don't know. I feel like Johnston, if he came and started straight away, surely he plays the next game. Maybe Sarr plays in the cup and then it kind of goes from there. They're both a bit of an avoid, though, in the meantime, aren't they? Which is a shame, because they're both great goalkeepers in my eyes. Latino looking to buy Solanke for game week 5. I think I want to see him at least delivering some attacking returns before jumping in. Oh, we're getting there, on our way to 500 likes. We're only 50 off now, apparently. It's phenomenal. We're about 150 new subscribers off, though, for the big 35k. If you subscribe, then you'll be able to comment. Yeah, John's definitely in the same camp as me of considering Solanke once we've seen some returns from him. Oh, Derek says, love the stream, think Haaland starts. Yeah, I agree. Isak vice-captain. A lot of managers selling Isak this week. Are they going to regret it? VJ always loves to show them awards. It's in the emojis. If you're a channel member. There it is. So the AI team is doing better than my team. And it's got no Haaland, which just blows my mind. Salah captain each week, 3 double-digit hauls. Probably looks in a good position with just Salah for the next 2 as well. It's making some moves this week, though. I think some bold moves as well. As it stands, obviously this can change with the press conference news, but it's looking at dropping Havertz for João Pedro and then swap. It's got 3 free transfers and then swapping round other options from Liverpool. So Jota's going to De Bruyne and then Gabriel's going to Robertson, and that's with a planned wildcard 6. It's pretty crazy. Oh, I've had another super thanks in from VJ. Second one of the stream. Oh, I've lost it again. Thank you. Maresca said on his squad, in this moment we have 24 players. It's quite normal. Not 40. Nothing's been said on Palmer, so. Yeah, no more goalkeeper transfer for the AI. Yeah, I think if I don't put in that we're wildcarding, then it will go Muniz to João Pedro. James A looking at Smith Rowe to Matoma for a -4. I don't think it's worth a hit. Smith Rowe's got 2 home games next. And I know Matoma has as well, but I think you just stick with Smith Rowe. Yeah, Nicholas Jackson contract extension is now being discussed by Maresca. So nothing's been said on Palmer. Yeah, keep Haaland, play him, captain him. Don't buy Haaland. I guess Haaland is a hold but don't buy, and a captain, but make sure you set your vice captain. That's all. Oh, VJ's revised the target to 750. Love it. Have we got to 5? We're not even at 500 yet, VJ. There's 14 other people that need to help us out. Yeah, the Maresca press conference is Looks like it's going to be a pretty long one because of the sheer volume of players. Yeah, this is an interesting one, John. On the predictions this week, I think Eze is third. Haaland, Salah, Eze. That's pretty incredible. And then beyond that, you've got, you know, you're going another 0.6 down to get to Saka, and then another 0.1 down to get to De Bruyne, Isak. I'm so pleased that Eze repaid the faith last week. No, it's 2 weeks ago now, wasn't it? But yeah, you catch my drift. We're still waiting for a fair bit of injury news to come through. So the 1 o'clock presses have come and gone. And the updates are that there was no update on Palmer, but he's been pictured in training all week. So reading between the lines, he's okay. Malo Gusto is out. Lavia is potentially back as well. And then from Spurs, Van de Ven is fine. Solanke could be available as well, but I don't know whether he's fit to start. Is kind of the biggest question mark at the moment. Richarlison still working his way back. He's out of that game. And Wolves, Mosquera is back. Aït-Nouri and who was the other one? Was it Lamina? Doubts still. Yeah, so that's the Chelsea press conference done. No mention of Palmer. Has been in training all week, so I think that's a thumbs up for Palmer's availability. So we've still got another 5 press conferences this afternoon. In about 10-15 minutes, we will get an update from Arteta on how long Odegaard's going to be out for, hopefully. What role Havertz is likely to play in the North London derby. We're also going to see updates from Bournemouth, Crystal Palace and Fulham. And then at 2 o'clock, we're going to have the Aston Villa press conference where we'll get updates on Watkins, who missed England duty with this issue that's been plaguing him over the first 3 game weeks, and also Konza, who was substituted for England. So let me know whether you've got any of those players mentioned that you want news on already. Now feels like a good time to go back to the bookmarks though and kind of recap everything that we've got so far today. So, where have my bookmarks gone? There they go. Hang on. Give this a little refresh so it's up to date. Yeah, goalkeepers set to compete for places at Wolves. Malo Gusto ruled out for Chelsea. Lamina and Aït-Nouri late decision for Wolves, but Mosquera is okay. Sancho finding the right moment to give him a chance. Lavia very close to Chelsea, but Reece James needs more time. Foden, Rodri and Savino all back available for Manchester City. Pep has said he will check in on Haaland to see if he's mentally able to play after a bereavement of a close family member this week. I don't think we need to be concerned as Haaland owners. Start him, captain him, set your vice captain. If you don't own Haaland, then you probably don't need to use the wildcard or a points hit to get him this week. But if you are on wildcard, have Haaland in your wildcard, because even if, you know, in the unlikely event he did miss out, you'll want him next week anyway. Van de Ven is back for Spurs. Solanke is improving. In a couple more days to get through in training before a decision is ultimately made on him. Ake will be out until the next international break for Manchester City. Chris Wood was a late return from Forest. This is news from yesterday, by the way. So, yeah, maybe one to avoid for this week. Good news for Isak owners that Callum Wilson isn't going to be back anytime soon. Right, it does look like the Arsenal press conference is on, so I'm just going to jump to that. Like, we've seen some reports that it may only be 3 or 4 weeks. We've seen other reports that it could be 6 weeks. Arteta has said on Odegaard, we need some more tests. Let's see what happens in the next day or so. He's super positive about everything. He wants to be there every single day. Let's see. And I've just seen Andy Let's Talk FPL has posted this from the Liverpool website on rotation. 7 games in 3 weeks for Liverpool. That's the same for all of the teams involved in Europe. It looks like, you know, he's going to try and keep things fairly settled, which would be good. Certainly if you're looking to triple up on Liverpool, I would go Salah, Trent, Robertson if you're on wildcard. Arteta says Arsenal have to wait on Calafiori's injury as well. My tweet deck is open in case everything else comes. This is the thing as well for Havertz owners. Havertz could be pushed back with Rice out, Marino injured, Rice suspended, Odegaard injured. Havertz could push back and Gabriel Jesus could start against Spurs. Let's just wrap up some of these reminders of what else has been said. Fulkrug still got a bit of an issue. Azure back for Brentford. Højlund and Shaw still working their way back for Manchester United. A number of players sidelined, but Bruno Fernandes is okay. Areola's okay. Marched on his way back for Brighton. Coleman touch and go for the weekend. Branthwaite back on the grass. Edouard can't face Crystal Palace. Bobby Reed not back yet. That's about it, really. Yeah, so let's just review those 2 little bits. Jesus trained today for Arsenal. I'm waiting for news on Calafiori's injury and Odegaard's injury, so no return to play so far for those 2. Let's put this tweet deck back up then. Looks like Sterling's pushing to get some minutes. So Arteta has gone a little bit early on his press conference. It was scheduled for 1:30. He was in at 1:18, I think. Bournemouth, Crystal Palace and Fulham all coming up in the next few minutes as well. So it's going to get a bit busy again. And then at 2 o'clock, we're going to get updates on Watkins and Konza from Unai Emery. Good context for anyone particularly concerned about Haaland. That similar situation happened last season and he did play. He did choose to play and scored. Vishal says, little nervous about my Saka for the next 2 game weeks. Only like to move to Son. Guess maybe I should roll. Yeah, I don't think I'd go Saka to Son. That feels very sideways. I think if Saka is your route to Salah, that's absolute absolutely fine. And VJ says 1.2k watching. That's phenomenal. Thank you guys for the support. Give the stream a like. It's really important. We're at about 550 at the moment, which is not bad. We're about 130 subscribers now off the big 35k. So that would be amazing. I did say if we get there, I'll gift some memberships at the end of the stream. James said, Ben Johnson to Porro or a Kanji for a -4 or hold until next game week. I wouldn't take a hit. If you can get 3 defenders out this week, I wouldn't take a hit to replace Johnson. It depends on the other players that you've got, your other defenders. Gansham, best replacements for Odegaard. Eze, if you don't have him. I like Matoma for the fixtures. I like Luis Diaz. Probably one of those 3. If we have a look at the predicted points in this price bracket. Odegaard's 8.5, yeah, isn't he? Yeah, so in terms of predicted points, Eze top, Jota second, and Burmo, Gordon, Fernandes, Bowen, Diaz. I think Fernandes is the form, which is just not there. Gordon, I think Isak's fine. I don't love Gordon on the right with Barnes on the left. And Burmo, the next 2 fixtures are horrible. Jota, I think I prefer Diaz for the long term. Yeah, Eze's the standout, really. Yeah, interestingly, Matoma, he's only 10th. With Semenyo, who's had loads of shots on goal, doing very well. Bowen in there as well, and Maddison all ahead of him. And Matoma's had some great performances, but there have been other games where everything's kind of been going a lot more central. CFC Daily reporting. Cucurella right back potentially. Colwill left back on paper. Let's see. Oh yeah, I've realised you can't even see this because I've not got a tweet deck up. Fabian Hurstler getting the Premier League Manager of the Month for August. That's well deserved. Cole Palmer's won Goal of the Month. There's talk of Skegness in the chat, which is perked me up as a Lincolnshire lass. Who was it from? Stephen. Can't even see what he said now. Oh, just got back from a holiday to Butlin, Skegness, so haven't seen you in a few weeks. I went there in June and the kids loved it. Tempted to book again. I think when you've got little kids, it's like such an easy holiday and it's like an hour down the road from me. I'm on wildcard, have brought in Salah, but will play Haaland with Wissa potentially off the bench. Yeah, that's fine. I guess that's the other thing I need to think about in my team. Oh, I've got Winks coming off the bench against Palace away. It's not the end of the world, is it? Skegvegas, not in Nevada. They've got a proper sign on the outskirts of Skegness. It is the Vegas sign, and it does say welcome to Skegvegas. Yeah, please don't sell Haaland at all. Keep him, start him, captain him. Just make sure you've got a good first sub and a good vice captain. First sub on the bench, Paro would. Would. So it's 1:30 now, so we are expecting to hear from Irola, Glasner and Marco Silva. It looks like Irola is in, so that's one good piece of news. And we're nearly at 600 likes as well. I'm 115 subscribers away from the big 35k. let's see then if Irola's got any news for us then as well. It might be a bit steady in terms of these press conferences, so I will use some of this time to answer questions, particularly member questions. Mateo just realised he got gifted a membership and it's nearly over. Yeah, I think yeah, we will do a membership giveaway at the end. If I get to 35k, the membership giveaway's on. Harry said, yeah, maybe Kukureya right back. Does look like it's something that's plausible. Remember at 2 o'clock, guys, so in another 30 minutes, we're going to have the Villa press conference where we're going to get an update on Watkins and Konza as well. So, yeah, a lot more still to be ironed out in today's stream. So make sure you stick around, and I will, of course, as well, go through all the other updates that we've got today. So if you've got questions for me, put them in the chat, and I'll answer them while we're waiting for these presses to go ahead. Ali Razor, Rodgers or Onana? Rodgers, more attacking. And with all the injuries in Arsenal, should I still plan to bring Saka after game week 6? Yeah, I think that's fine. I think there's only 4 players that have delivered an attacking return in every single game, and Saka is one of them. Yeah, VJ reminding us that the deadline stream tomorrow is at 9:45, and I'm still gonna have 2 free transfers to use on that stream. So I've dropped the link in the chat. Make sure you just go on there, and if you hit the notify button, it'll send you a notification when I'm live. I may go early. It just depends on what my kids are up to. Spurs boys arriving at training. I don't tend to play Champions League fantasy. I'm playing quite a lot of fantasy formats. I'm playing Sleeper, I'm playing Draft on Sleeper and the prediction game, playing a few other apps. So yeah, probably going to give Champions League fantasy a miss and watch it as a neutral. I guess, I mean, I don't know what to expect. I have played Champions League fantasy before, but in terms of that expanded format, I don't know how it will be and kind of what level of knowledge you need of all the different leagues. I know a lot about the Premier League, but take me out of that and I'm not as confident. Garth has got an injured Leon Bailey. Should I make the transfer or get Calvert-Lewin from the bench? I think Calvert-Lewin from the bench. Have we had a return to play time for Leon Bailey? Do we know how long he's out for? I might just look that one up. Let's see what Premier injuries have got to say. Hamstring. Yeah, I don't know. Hamstrings are funny, aren't they? Let's wait till 2 o'clock, Bonkers, for the actual update on Watkins. In terms of the issue with Konza, he suffered a heavy challenge at the end of England's game on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? Yeah, so we don't know for sure whether he's available or not. Yeah, this is one that Lewis has picked up on. Arteta hasn't completely ruled out Odegaard of the North London derby, but, I think it's all mind games. We've seen him not rule Saka out before, and even like go to the extent of playing tricks to make it look like he's available and he's not. Like, I would fall off my chair if you know, we had that news that Odegaard was fit to start. Harry's getting impatient, saying, "Can Aston Villa hurry up?" Are you a Watkins owner or a Konza owner, Harry? I mean, I will be honest with you guys. Last week, every week, the Villa press conference is scheduled at 2 o'clock. And sometimes, I think 2 weeks ago for the Game Week 3 deadline, we didn't actually get the comments in until 3 o'clock. It's a personal thing, is it, Harry? Harry's got to make his video. Game Week 3, we didn't actually get the comments from Villa until 3 o'clock. Now, I need to go pick my kids up from school. I need to leave the house at 3:05. So, yeah, we can't afford our Emery, being too late. But I did see something. Hang on, let me get the right tab. Let's just wait, because we have got an update from Bournemouth now as well. They'll be without Atara. He's returned from international duty with an ankle injury. Tyler Adams is ruled out. Travers will start in goal, with Kepa unavailable to play against his parent club. That's the update from Bournemouth. Yeah, I'm pretty sure from a Villa journal, we saw... my computer's just got... Yeah, from John Townley. He was at Villa for the press conference. So that makes me think that maybe we won't need to wait as long as we sometimes do for the update. But, you know, who knows? James A says, cannot forget the kids because of FPL. Yeah, have made some questionable parenting choices because of FPL, including forgetting to take my kid a pack up to school and then not volunteering to then take a pack up to school in the middle of the day because I wanted to get a low team ID this season. But I did get a team ID of 9 and she didn't starve. They found her some food, so it all worked out in the end. FPL comes first, right? Yeah? I'm joking. I do love my kids. Yeah, so I think Fabrizio is kind of alluding to the fact that Arteta really didn't want to have to rule out Odegaard. But yeah, the chances of him playing are really, really slim. Yeah, lots of people backing a hat-trick of hat-tricks for Haaland, which again, I don't think is out of the question. So yeah, don't be doing anything crazy just because there's a bit of uncertainty on Haaland. Yusuf's got his priorities in order. As has Ashes. FPL, water, food, shelter, kids. Yeah, no one's considering Son. Oh, VJ says Gaither's been patient. Let me try and find the question. I've done that one. I'm sure I've done that one. I've just done that one, but obviously we need the news. Haaland's not out, Rendell. He's that could be interpreted in a few ways, considering we've just been talking about family life. Hammond is in as well. He's currently leading my... Oh gosh, what have I done here? My mini league for my experts team, by the way. John said I only got daughters. Where is it? Hang on. Sorry, Mahmood, not Mohammed. Do apologise. Currently 2.3k in the world. Why? Is this not the right tab? Oh, it's not the right tab. Hang on. I will get that. Actually, I will get it right. What I need I need a second screen. This is why I'm struggling. I need to get my stuff in order. I've completely lost the tab with my FPL team. I don't even know where it's gone. It's there. I can see it's there, but I can't see it on my desktop. I give up. Anyway, Mahmood is top of the league. I think he's 3k overall, which is really impressive. Has played a couple of chips, but, you know, absolutely nailed them. No news on João Pedro. He's returned from international duty. Should be fine, I'd say. Not expecting any issues there. Basically, I've got too many tabs open and I need a second screen. But I've never used a second screen before. I'm a bit of a noob, so I'm a bit worried that it won't go too well. And I need to like make adjustments slowly. That's at the stage I'm at with new tech at the moment. Right, let's go back to the tweet deck. Important update from Crystal Palace. Chalabar picked up an injury in his first session. He won't be available for tomorrow's game, and it looks like he'll be out midweek as well for the League Cup. Clean bill of health reported from Fulham, though. Yeah, these are really interesting. So I think the League Cup fixtures are being spread over a couple of weeks. So next week, this is right, isn't it? We're on the 13th. So the Champions League kicks off next week. So there's a midweek games for Aston Villa, Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal. Arsenal don't play until Thursday night in the Champions League. So there's 3 days of Champions League. It's just mental. So yeah, there's Champions League fixtures midweek. Europa League doesn't start until... Is that 2 weeks or is that 1 week? I'm so confused. No, that's the week after, isn't it? When's the Europa Conference League fixtures? That's not for another week. All right, I've got it. But then we've got the League Cup fixtures as well. So in the League Cup next week, Fulham, Brentford, Crystal Palace, Everton, Southampton, Manchester United, Brighton, Wolves, Spurs are all involved. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 Premier League teams playing the League Cup next week, 4 playing the Champions League. So there's a lot of midweek fixtures. So it's going to be carnage. Oh, have I missed Leicester? Sorry. I keep forgetting who's in and who's out. I'm still getting used to it. So yeah, it's going to be carnage with midweek fixtures next week. So again, you need to be patient with your transfers. I will create a proper graphic over the weekend for when the like my team video drops next week. Yeah, loads of people are selling Saka for Salah. I don't think there's any news on João Pedro. Well, I've not seen any. If I missed some. I think it was yesterday. I think he's fine. Haaland, let me put the Haaland news back on then. Pep had to say earlier on Haaland following a bereavement this week. We will see if he is ready mentally. I think he'll probably start and probably score another hat-trick. All we said is set your vice captain carefully, set your first sub carefully, just in case. He's there, so I should imagine he'll be involved. It's not like he's travelled away or anything. The only situation is if you were looking to wildcard or take a hit to buy Haaland this week, I think don't. That's the only piece of advice. Is a hold but not buy. He's a captain. Don't bench him. That's the advice really. But tomorrow I'll be doing a deadline stream where I'll have updates as well. So I think the link is in the chat. So just make sure that or in the description. So just make sure you're hitting the notify button for that one. I did say that on this stream I would give out some memberships at the end. We're still waiting for the Aston Villa press conference that, to be honest, could be 5 minutes away or it could be 50 minutes away. So it's going to give me loads of time in the meantime to answer your questions. However, well, it's not really a however, but at the end of this stream, I am going to give away some channel memberships if we hit 35,000 subscribers. So if you're watching now and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button because I've been chasing this target of 35,000. Well, I don't know when I hit 30,000 last season, and I've been chasing the 35,000 since the game launched, and I haven't got there yet, but I would love to. So, you know, if you are subscribed, then you can comment on the chat on this video. If you're active in the chat, then, you know, when I give out the channel memberships at the end of the stream, if we get there, then you'll have a better chance of getting a free channel membership when I do the giveaway. But we've got to get to 35k. So do your thing. John has been a member for a while. 12 months now, and he said please like and subscribe. It really helps get Holly's stream out. I think we're not doing too bad for likes today, for sure. We've got a 643. Well, yeah, also in the mix of things, we're waiting for the Aston Villa press conference, which could come at any time after 2 o'clock. And that's where we're going to get the updates on Watkins and also on Konza. Two pretty highly owned players in the game, both injury doubts going into game week 4. And we should get an update on when Bailey comes back. If Konza's out, then we could see the 4 million Njelovic start. A lot of managers brought him in last week, but Aston Villa's fixtures are still great. Everton at home, Wolves at home, Ipswich away, Manchester United at home, Fulham away, Bournemouth at home is the next 6. So they're a team on paper that you look at the fixtures you want to be invested in. Watkins is still in 23% of teams. But yeah, we want news on Watkins, and we also want news on the other two as well. So keep an eye on that for sure. Stick around. There are a few more updates as well from Fulham, so I'll pop back over to the tweet deck. So yeah, we've had news from Crystal Palace. I'm still getting updates from Luton that I need to knock out. Oh, Andy Burton said, I didn't know I wasn't subscribed. This is a great example of just checking that you are subscribed. You'll know if you're subscribed because it can... it'll let you know in the chat. And British87 said ghost account to sub for Holly. Yeah, do that as well. Another super chat from VJ, too kind. Oh, FPL Tony's already started with cryptic gifts. Gifts. Any ideas? Is that good? Is that good or bad? Yeah, so what we was looking at is the updates from Fulham. Reece Nelson, we were looking for a wide player and we were happy to have him with us. We can see straight away that he's skillful. It'll be interesting to see if maybe Adama Traore loses his spot, when that will happen. So I think there's a bit of concern when looking at Aston Villa that Watkins hasn't maybe been pictured in training this week. I don't know if there's any pictures on the website or if it's just on socials. We'll do a bit of a stalk. That's a nice third kit, to be fair. John's cooking and listening. I tell you what, as soon as the Villa news is in, we'll have it. But yeah, I know my mate Gianni's got Watkins. I think he took a hit for Watkins last week, and he was concerned that there was no images of him in training. Oh, it's this video. So this was it the 10th? So that was Tuesday, and there was no sign of Watkins in that video. So we've had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So hopefully there'll be some evidence of Watkins in training, or we'll get a decent update. I mean, it did show a lot of players there, so you never know. Maybe it's just been missed. But yeah, that's going to be the biggest news. And then I can't remember what we've heard from Konza already. I think this is from FPL Cheater. So that was more of a troll post. FPL Villain seems pretty in the know, because he's not flagged in the game. So Konza had to come off after an injury in the second half. Looks to have happened in this play after contact to his left leg. Looked minor. A contact injury. So yeah, it's looking okay. But obviously we need firm news from Aston Villa. But you just, as I said before, you never quite know when Emery's going to turn up for his press conference. There was one, I've forgotten the iPad, so I can't put Sky Sports News on for it, which is a bit of an error. But I think sometimes on the Premier League's live updates, get some updates. Shiraz says, how many subscribers do we need for 35k? We need another 70, so you need to get on it, guys. Live blog, here we go. They're way behind us. I think we're going to be waiting a while, but I've got the Aston Villa website open. I've got that open. I've got the tweet deck open. So we're just going to have to be patient. A little training video coming in. It looks positive in terms of starts for Nketiah. I don't think I had that journey bookmarked. Let's add him to the list. Add to news. 5.9 million Nketiah. Right, let's have a look through then again at everything that we know so far. And then we'll move on to questions, and then we'll wait for Unai Emery. Hang on, let me just get the right tab. There we go. Nketiah ready to start for Crystal Palace. So what we're hoping that we see is a 2 up top with Mateta and Nketiah with... Did you see some balloons there? Am I going mad? Did you see balloons behind me? Please tell me you saw them. What was that? You're on a Mac. Oh. Does that work? I never knew that. Gesture. So what else can I do? What happens if I go 2 hands? Well, this is a game changer for me. I never knew that existed. What does a thumbs up do? Oh, that's cool. Do the Bale of Heart. Is that that? Oh, I think we found a new stream feature. Snorquake said this is content. Of course it is. Do the rock fingers. I can't do. I'm too uncool for that. Is that? That's not doing anything. I must be doing it wrong. Has that not worked? I don't know. I don't even know what I'm looking for. No, I'm not doing a forbidden middle finger. VJ says this show's got the lot. So what is it called? Apple Mac gestures video. Let's have a look. Sorry, I'm going to have some fun with this. Use reactions. Hearts, balloons. Thumbs down, you can do. Yeah, I can do that. Rain. To show stormy rain, hold 2 thumbs down or click the rain button. Well. What else can you do? Confetti. Confetti was like the 2 bits. Fireworks. To show fireworks, hold 2 thumbs up. Oh, wow. That's blown my mind. Has anyone seen this before? Someone said try clapping. I did nothing. Lasers. To show laser beams, make the signs. Ah, you have to do a double rock. Oh, look at that. Shake a salt pot. Do 5 fingers. No, that's not doing anything. I didn't know that was a thing. Did anyone else go with that? Shiraz says let's go for 35k for the fireworks. That's a thumbs up, yeah? I don't even know where we're at. With that. We're still 62 off. So when we get to... This has blown my mind. So this is just clapping shows us a seal. That did nothing. 700 likes, like solo. So was that the balloons? I never knew this was a thing. So this is on. Oh, they're messing with me. You got me, guys. I think. Let me know in the chat with a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you're enjoying the content. So this is something to... Oh, Medicant said the clap it burst is Virgil. I'm sorry. The thumbs up are coming. So apparently you guys are enjoying this. What was I saying? So this is... If you're on Mac, if you do certain hand gestures, then you get, obviously, these effects. And all I did was said 2 things. So I'm so poorly coordinated, and you get the balloons. I think the balloons go a bit weird with the green screen. Hang on, if I turn the green screen off, let's do a bit of behind the scenes. This could go horribly wrong. Right, turn the green screen off. Then do the... I don't know if it works better. I'm easily... Oh, this is going to be every stream now. That looks better, doesn't it? It goes... I lose my green screen. Anyway. I've got way too distracted here. But apparently it's a feature on Mac. I never knew existed. So I'm well happy there. I don't know about everyone else. Right. Let's just to check on the off chance that we've missed anything. Adam Walton was managing his load during the break. He's trained every single day. Riyadh, 8 to 12 weeks for Riyadh. That's unfortunate. Frank are not available. There's quite a few bits and bobs kicking around at Crystal Palace. They've been quite unlucky there. And Jorgensen's okay. Yeah, so I've got completely distracted there for some reason. We've been clapping and all sorts. But apparently they are gestures on Mac. Who knew? Unai Emery is officially late, but we'll keep an eye out for him. In the meantime, the tweet deck is still open, but I am going to go through the bookmarks, having got severely distracted. Sorry for the break. Is anyone still here watching? We've still got 1,000 viewers in. So someone's watching. Let me know what you thought to the extra feature. Yeah, I'm definitely going to show the kids later. They're going to love it. They'll do it themselves. Right, so these are the updates that we have already. So Frank are not available for Palace. Wharton is back. Chaddy, Riyadh. I'm going to call him Riyadh. Is out for 8 to 12 weeks. And Nketiah is ready to start for Palace. Vinicius is the only problem for Fulham. Chalobah, another injury for Palace, but only short term. Jesus trained for Arsenal. Calafiori's injuries are wait and see. Odegaard needs some more tests. Arteta hasn't ruled him out of the North London derby, but I would be very surprised if he was available. At Wolves, there's going to be competition in the goalkeeper spots. Malagusto ruled out for Chelsea and also at Wolves. Lamina and Aït-Nouri and late decisions. Mascara is okay. Jadon Sancho battling to get a start. Lavia close to a return to Chelsea. Reece James needs more time. Foden and Rodri available for Manchester City, and Pep is going to check on Haaland to see if mentally he's available to play after bereavement this week. Most of the City journalists are expecting that he will be in the squad. So it's hold, start, captain, have a good vice captain, make sure you're already bench. But if you were looking to get Haaland in on wildcard or a hit this week, maybe don't do that. Exact quote from Emery, from Arteta on Odegaard. When asked, you are not ruling him out of Sunday, said players with 48 hours are always available, but let's see what happens. That is complete rubbish, guys. Van de Ven is back for Spurs. Solanke got to come through a couple more training sessions, but should be okay to be available. What capacity in that, we don't know. Nathan Ake will be out until the next international break after being stretchered off with a problem for the Netherlands in the break. Callum Wilson going to be a while before he's back for Newcastle, which is good for Isak owners. Chris Wood made a very late return to Forest and is still being assessed. Fulkrug, bit of an issue. Exact decision will be made soon. Azure is back for Brentford. Rico Henry still ruled out. Jensen sidelined for a couple of weeks. Shaw and Højlund progressing well for Manchester United, but won't be back just yet. Lindelof, Malacia, Yoro, Mount all out. Bruno Fernandes, though, I think there's pictures of him in training. Picked up a bit of a knock, but he's absolutely fine. Areola's fine for West Ham. March is on his way back for Brighton, but won't be just yet. Seamus Coleman is touch and go. Branthwaite is back on the grass. It'll be good when he can get back in. British 87 is on his second coffee. Yeah, that's about it. Kadaguli could possibly be involved for Brighton. So as I said, there is one press conference remaining then. That is the Aston Villa press conference. Get your predictions in. It's scheduled for 2 o'clock. Get your predictions in the chat for when the press conference is going to start. I want to know what minute. It's beginning with a 2. We're already on 2:07 in the UK. Let me know what time. I'm going to guess 2:17. Let's be ambitious. 3:05 from Ahmed. I've got to go pick the kids up from school at 3. People are going after 3 o'clock. There's a lot of hope it'll be in the next 10 minutes. Me included. Who knows? I mean, it'll give me more time to get to 35,000 subscribers. We're still about 50 off, by the way. 2:59, 2:13, 2:22. Dread saying 2:12. That's like 4 minutes. David's going in the next minute. That is ambitious. I think the more seasoned viewers of the press conference stream know that it could be a wait. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for the updates on Konza and Watkins, we can do some questions. 2:45, 2:59. We'll see. Right. The tweet deck is open, so we can keep an eye on it, that's for sure. But I am going to concentrate now on answering your questions while we're waiting. And remember, if we do get to 35,000 subscribers before the end of the stream, then I will give away memberships. We are 51 off. There's 950 of you in. There's surely enough people watching that don't already subscribe that can subscribe. Putting the time up with your fingers for the balloons. I forget what they are. It doesn't work very well with the green screen. We'll do it more tomorrow. Shiraz has got 4 free transfers next week. Incredible. How come Lucas Dean is so overlooked? He is the definition of an FPL troll, Benny. But yeah, it could be a good pick. There is competition for spaces in that Villa defence. So I feel like we've not, you've got Maatson that's come in. Like, he could share minutes with him. We haven't... What we've seen so far, it's like a bit of a weird period in FPL. Like, before the window shut, the squads were fairly settled in terms of their lineups, but we've seen a lot of new arrivals that haven't bedded in yet, and that's something that's going to come to the fore over the next few game weeks. Like, there's a bit of a reset now in FPL with lineups and things like that. I got excited there that my Premier League feed had updated, but absolutely nothing from Villa yet. Is Noni Madueke a good option for 1 week? He's a good option long term, I think. I think he's the only one, aside from Palmer, that you'd be willing to give a go with from the Chelsea attack. Yeah, that is the aim, Shiraz. That is the aim. Magican, if going triple Liverpool, would you go Trent, Salah, Robertson or Trent, Salah, Diaz? I think with the fact that the schedule is getting busier, I would definitely go with the double up on the defence. Trent, Robertson, Salah. Minter or Adingra, it's competition for places, which kind of puts me off them both, but I think Minter is first choice for now. Mahmood, I think the best differential pick for this week is Jackson, according to Weak Spots of Bournemouth. Yeah, that's a nice call. I like that one. Cats and dogs. Villa are not keeping a clean sheet. So we should Konza owners sell anyway? Is that what we're saying? Who knows? I love this from Steve. Come on, Unai. Holly has kids to pick up. If she gets her priorities right, they could be waiting at school. I don't think I'd ever be forgiven. Nketiah punt. I don't hate it. But I feel like Eze is such a good FPL pick that you probably only want one. Yeah, Palmer is fine. Is Robinson going up in value? Oh my gosh, here he is. 212. Who said 212? Someone did. Who's won the prize? Dread. You've done it, mate. 212. Unai Emery has arrived for his press conference. Hallelujah. I mean, it'll take a while for it to trickle through because, again, it's very slow. But you need the time because we're still 37 subscribers away from a membership giveaway. We can't get that close. Oh, John said he did it in his time zone. All right, okay, we've got 2 winners then. Well done. But yeah, we're 37 subs off the membership giveaway, guys. 36. I don't know if I can somehow, like, put it somewhere on screen without breaking the stream. I probably can. It's going to take a little bit for Emery to sort his stuff out. And this is definitely a bit of a edit on the go though, guys. So add. Oh gosh, what have I done there? Hang on. Is that it? That's the one. But then I need to do a resize. Oh gosh, I've removed the wrong thing there now, haven't I? That's gonna mess everything up. We've got to make it smaller. There we go. We can get Emery back. Gosh, I've definitely moved something that I shouldn't have moved into a wrong place. It's going down now. What are you doing to me, guys? You can't make it go down. Oh, we'll put it over there. I'll make it a bit bigger. We're back up again. But yeah, if you want the membership giveaway, we've got to get there. I've definitely moved something that I shouldn't have though, haven't I? I mean, we're fine for time. Don't worry. There we go. I fixed it. Oh, that was stunning. Because while Unai Emery is in, he's arrived, but he hasn't said anything yet. Let's check the website. Nothing on the website yet. Let's check. Yeah, nothing yet. So Emery is in, but he's not chatting yet. Are you on the half hour? The time zones that are on the half hour freak me out. I'm worse than Gianni. What am I worse than Gianni at? Pushing for subs. I've waited for 35k for ages. I want to do it on this stream. I want to give away the memberships. Rashford punt, no. Steve says he reckons that Watkins doesn't play Everton but plays against Young Boys. Duran. How much is Duran in FPL? That's an important question. So Unai Emery arrived 3 minutes ago, but we have not got an update yet from his press conference, which is annoying. Anywhere. Six for Duran. My subs box broke. Oh. Is that better? I think it's on the wrong tab. I think that's the problem. I will leave it there like that. I think it's because I didn't do it on the same tab I was intending doing it on. That'll do. We'll fix it. It's going up quicker than it's going down. We watched the highlights on Match of the Day about 3 hours later. Oh, here we go. Unai Emery has confirmed both Ollie Watkins and Ezri Konsa are available for selection and will be in Aston Villa's squad to face Everton. That's spectacular news. And we didn't have to wait long for it either. Pleased with that. So if you are a Watkins owner or a Konsa owner, you're okay. They're going to be available. That's the one we was waiting for. So Emery has said it exactly. He is progressing, getting better, feeling better, and is in the squad. For tomorrow, he will be available to play. So what are we doing, Watkins owners? Are we keeping him now or not? I mean, if we look at forwards for predicted points over the next 4 game weeks. I mean, if this was bumped up by his minutes, say, to 6, you gave him another 2.5 points, he'd be 3rd on this list. Shiraz says, give a free membership to 35,000 subscribers. We're not there yet. We are not there, guys. I can't just keep streaming indefinitely. I'm on a hard deadline. But yeah. I mean, it's good news for Watkins owners. Like, we could see a big performance from him. Light Race says doesn't sound like a 90-minute. Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. Oh, I've had a super chat in from Ahmad. If it is confirmed that Haaland won't play before the deadline, would you recommend swapping him for Watkins for a week? No. No, absolutely not. Because Watkins could easily only get 60. You got to keep Haaland's a long-term hold. I know you get free transfers in FPL, but I always view a transfer as being worth 4 points in FPL. If you were to transfer Haaland out and then back in, that's essentially going to cost you 2 transfers or 8 points. So then you need Watkins to outscore Haaland by 8 points this week for it to pay off, which could happen. But if you're not going to captain him, I think Haaland will be fine anyway. We may get a leak before the deadline. You never know. I definitely should have done the fireworks for Emery turning up pretty much on time, or for the good injury news. I'm just going to stick around a little bit longer just to see if we get anything else from Emery. So it sounds like Konza had some scans. Konza is fit. After initial scans midweek, Villa became confident the injury could be managed and Konza recovered by the weekend. There we go then. That is good news. I don't think we're going to make it, guys. I don't think this is going to be the stream. I think we're going to have to wait till tomorrow. Which I'm a bit sad about. But it'll be worth the wait when I get there. We'll do the fireworks or the balloons or whatever it is. Well, you'll just have to join me back for the deadline stream tomorrow, where we'll do the memberships. We'll get there on the deadline stream tomorrow, and I promise I'll do the memberships. Thumbs down. Yeah, it works. And the fireworks. Yeah, we'll do the fireworks tomorrow. If I can remember what I need to do, we'll do the fireworks tomorrow as well. At least Emery turned up on time. We cannot complain on that one, can we? Right, that is it then from today. I mean, the support on the stream has been phenomenal. We've had loads of you in. Yeah, it's been amazing. And I'm confident that we're very close to getting there, even though we've not got there on this stream. So thank you everyone that has joined me for 2 hours of FPL team news. And yeah, as I said, tomorrow I will be back at 9:45 for the deadline stream. I'll put the link in the chat. So if you click on the link and press the notify button, it'll let you know when I go live. I've scheduled it for 9:45, but I could potentially go live sooner. It just depends if I'm ready in time. You know, got the kids tomorrow to sort first thing in the morning with something before they go out. So yeah, just depends. It takes a bit of time to, you know, set everything up and everything like that as well. But yeah, that is it. So keep focused. Haaland, we think he'll be okay. Hopefully we'll get a leak tomorrow. The early kickoff we've got is going to be, is it United again? Southampton United. I feel like it's been United in the early kickoff for ages. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me, guys. and putting up with this. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for the deadline stream. Thanks for watching.